Good evening. Welcome to WooTube. My name's Baran Woo, and it's Wednesday. Yeah. Couldn't stream on Monday because I had someone, we had company round, and I basically didn't have a room available to stream in. So I just had to bail on that one, but thought I'd sneak a stream in today instead. And what's particularly nice about being able to stream on a Wednesday instead is that a certain special guest who featured on WooTube many a time but hasn't been on for ages is currently generally unable to do Mondays, but they are able to do today. So we're going to get them on in a second. I just thought, hey David, yeah, Wednesday, just for a 1 week window here. I just thought I'd flick through a couple of the deck lists which have been posted recently, because there are some really interesting stuff. Hey Nerdism or Nerdtism. I don't think I recognise your name, but welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Oh, it's Marcus. Excellent stuff. Hey, Marcus. How's things down to the west? Oh, are you coming to any of the other regionals? I swear you said you were maybe going to one of the other ones, but I can't remember which. If it's Sheffield, I might see you there because I have my ticket for Sheffield. Excellent. I do. David says that I do still find it hilarious that your evening streams are perfect morning watching for me. Yeah, I think stick me on in the background while you're doing data entry sounds pretty fine to me. Okay, so some pretty interesting. That's a shame. Some pretty interesting stuff came out recently. Obviously, Paolu posted their tag me freedom list, which I love the look of. For those of you that have known me for a while will know that I was very, very hot on tag me freedom back in the day when you could play Obolus, because it dealt with freedom's two biggest issues, which was one, money, and two, draw. And when you played busted econ cards like Hot Pursuit and Rogue Trading, and you had Obolus, then that was all the money and draw you needed for the game. It's great. This looks really, really fun. I really like the Manuel. Single counter surveillance seems fine. We do have ways to get it back with labor rights, so normally, I doubt this list has enough money to land multiple counter surveillances, so you'll probably just one is probably correct. And other than that, I mean, the fact that you've got God of War generating virus counters and tags and breaking stuff, it breaks stuff fine as long as stuff has no strength. If you ever have to boost this thing, then you're in a terrible, terrible position. But if you're running like multiple leeches and God of War, that's pretty sick. JTFQ um, posted this hilarious list, which is utilizing, or even more so, utilizing District 99. A while back, I posted like and played a World Tree list, which had like an infinity engine at the end of it, where like you had District 99, and every turn you could get back two pieces of two programs because you could like District 99 from Muse and a Coalescence, then trash them both with Aesops, and then that gets you your District 99 counters back, and you can kind of keep doing that almost ad infinitum. And with Padma, even more so. So this is like you get a District 99 counter every single turn by trashing a Simmel chip on the opponent's turn to put a tranquilizer somewhere. They haven't like actually pointed out that you do have to have something installed to do that, which is interesting. Um, which comes in with two counters because a cookbook gets a counter at the start of your turn, and then you trash something with Aesops. There's only one Aesops though, or World Tree, I guess. Aesops or World Tree. You trash a card, that gets another counter. You run R&D, that gets another counter, and then your District 99 is back to free counters, so you can do the whole thing again. And you can just keep using Tranquilizer. Very, very funny. I think if there are a lot of decks which really cared about Big Ice, this would be hilarious. I kind of feel like those decks don't exist right now, and I'm struggling with my hair. Apologies. This is gonna just sort myself out. But like very cool interaction. I'd want like this has like one cookbook and only really tranquilizer and conduit that gain from it. So I'd want to be on like maybe some a Palangia or something. A couple of things would be good there. But that's definitely a cool idea, and potentially very disgusting. And then this pops out to me. I love how Divide and Conquer Mercury is just taking off. Divide and Conquer is like the biggest splash which I see in Mercury nowadays is Divide and Conquer, which is just so sick. I know like Roro or Ronan, sorry, yeah, I think, was playing like Divide and Conquer Mercury at Scottish regionals. Obviously, Sid brought it to Aldershot regionals. I just think this is super fun. I really like the inclusion of a single banner here. That actually deals with like the combo of banner plus Thessalem deals with like almost every type of ice without having to break it as well. So if they just put like a ice wall on archives, you're not super sad if you don't roll an archives mark for backstitching. It's also running Laser Pointer. Who remembers this card? Like this card has seen no play, but technically it's a very good Mercury card. Like it would almost be a good World Tree Arasana card if Thessalem wasn't such a better World Tree Arasana card. But yeah, this like came, did nothing and disappeared, but this is a Mercury card. This is a bypass card. So that's pretty cool. It's also running Alarm Clock, which I like. Yeah, I think this list looks pretty interesting. I think I'd maybe be on like 2 Biobands, 2 Mary, because I really want to find a Mary early. Every person who has played Thunderbolt remember Laser Pointer. Yeah, but no one's playing it. I'm not. If I'm playing Thunderbolt, I'm not worried about Laser Pointer. I'm worried about Entangler because this is the card that people are playing. But yeah, playing Thunderbolt into any deck that's on Entangler feels rough. Cool. Right. I think that's like stalling for time enough. Let's see if we can get someone on here. And hopefully we'll have zero technical issues. Because WooTube is known for zero technical issues. Yeah, Freema virus, like genuinely right now, if I was playing Thunderbolt, then Freema virus seems correct. And hello, welcome to WooTube. Ah, I can't hear you. That's not a good sign. That's because I've got this clicked. Okay, let's try again. Hello and welcome to WooTube.
Hello.
Yeah, I just had to press one button. It was an easy fix. Um, uh, Welcome everyone, Brandon the King. Good to have you back. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Absolutely. Like, someone decided that they wanted to like work on Mondays. Like, what are you doing? Working on Mondays? Terrible idea.
Just working in general. Like, what am I thinking?
Yeah, yeah, really you should probably just get out of that and I mean I'd say get out of that and spend all of your time like working playing and thinking about Netrunner, but I genuinely think that's what you do anyway. So um
That's also fair.
yeah, yeah. Like if you're not familiar, like Brandon will be up at like 3 a.m. his time and be like, "Hey, does anyone want to jam?" And you can hear him whispering so as not to wake his partner up. He's like, "Yeah, run R&D." Um, Absolutely classic.
I mean,
Um,
isn't that what everyone else does?
yeah, I mean, it definitely was for a while. I've stopped the like super late night play for the time being, but that's just because having a child is tiring. Um,
Yeah, I can only imagine.
yeah. So straight off the bat, we should just clear something up. Firstly, it's obviously the fact that you are 100% definitely coming to UK Nats, and that's now locked in, isn't it? 100% locked in. It's happening.
This is good. I wasn't even like prepped on it all. This is just yeah. This is how I'll get him to make sure that he comes. Is like just put him on blast on stream. Beautiful. I like this
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Good line. Good
I,
line.
then I've got it recorded. Like, but yeah. We all know
I
we all know you're gonna come in the end. Like you're gonna like mull on it, and then you're just gonna turn up.
I really want to. I even have a friend from the UK who's like, yeah, like, if you need a place to stay, I also know people. Like, it's just really like November's an interesting time work wise and just securing that time off. So, waiting to hear back on that.
Okay, sounds
And
like another
hoping that
good
the
reason
flight,
to quit your job.
right. And then, hoping the flight prices stay the same as they are and should be good to go.
I mean, that would be pretty sick. We've got Koga in the chat. I believe Koga is making it across the UK Nats this year. I
Oh,
think that's locked in.
oh, sick. Okay, okay. Like Koga's coming. That too. Oh my god. Like I was so gutted not being able to go to Euros,
Yeah, Euros was good. Euros was fun.
especially especially because like Italy is on my like list. And I was like, oh my god. Like all in Italian Netrunner players. If you're on whatever, like you better be putting in that bid for Worlds.
Yeah,
Like get that done.
Italian Worlds. I'm down with that. I would totally travel to Italy for Worlds. That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm. Get that done.
And they've got quite a meta out there right now.
Yeah.
You know, uh, and they pulled in plenty of people for Euros, so Like Italy's easy to travel to, right? Surely, and everyone can get to Italy. Um, okay, so apart from the fact that you're clearly coming to UK Nats now, it's
Mhm.
been said. Uh, what do we want to play tonight? Because I've been cooking this riot suppression ASA list, which I thought you might be interested in. But I'm I'm quite happy to just build from the ground up or play whatever you want to play. Um, because it's uh it's guest privilege. So what are you feeling like tonight?
Yes, privilege. Man, I wish I had more like goo that I could have brought to the table for for guest privilege. Um I think we just if I think of something, I'll let you know. But uh show me this riot suppression.
Okay.
Because I know we were talking about it before.
Yeah. So so this the the idea here is that we're going to score a salvo testing, right? And then basically the whole deck then it very much falls around us scoring a salvo testing, but we're going to give ourselves the best possible chance of scoring a salvo testing as our first agenda, and then we're just going to wheel stuff out to win, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the idea. So the agenda suite is very simple because of that. It's free salvo testing, free ontological, one busted luminal, and free Elvigar bifurcation. Right?
Yeah.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Um, for our, we've got some assets. Free MCA austerity policy because it's a way to score salvo testing, and it's also a must trash, which is kind of important. Um, free Marilyn campaigns, free Rashidas, and two spin doctors because I needed an influence. Um,
Okay.
I did have some Nikos in here. I've swapped the Nico for like Trank Grid because it wasn't on Trank Grid and it just felt like it should be. Um, okay, ice wise, we've got the big boys, free Bran and free MIC, and the
Mhm.
MIC are like particularly kind of good here. And then free drafter because we're purple, two gatekeeper, one ablative barrier, and free tattoo bowler.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I know you're hot on the tattoo bowler
The
train.
tattoo train. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and this kind of sorts out because the deck's a little poor otherwise. I realized like it doesn't have a ton of money, so the tattoo bowlers really kind of help that out.
Mhm.
Um, then for our operations at the moment, we're running three fully operational, two riot suppressions, and one active policing. Now,
Yep.
I originally had like more of each of these, and I've moved it down. And it's whether like it should just be free riot suppressions and we should leave the active policing. But you can do this like complete turn skip if you do riot suppression into active policing, so that's like quite cool. But you can also do a complete turn skip if you have an MCA austerity policy on the board by just doing riot suppression into MCA austerity, right? Like you
Yes.
just click
Yep.
the so like we can possibly look at just going free riot suppression. And like obviously if they're taking the core damage from this, then well we're like golden because then we're getting like ontos for nothing.
You're right.
Um so when they take the riot suppression and they go, oh well, I'm just gonna lose 3 clicks on the next turn. That is when we asset install a salvo testing and a hollow man in the remote. We're on two hollow men, three managarm, one Mavirus, one Trank Grid. So it's lean in terms of the money. Like it could do with more money, but I think it has just about enough. But we could see.
Can I make some suggestions?
Yeah, that's what
Let's
you're
get
here
some money.
for.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I think like you just straight just play Nico's over Maryland's. Like Maryland's way too conservative. I think like you need to go, you need to get that money. Like especially if we're gonna be clicking like MCAs and things like that, like just having that. And then um I think you play two Trank, two Managar.
Two trank, two Managam. Cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
I think so. Yeah.
I just like the free Managam because it's like our because we don't have any other defensive upgrades, and I like upgrades in Asa. Um, they're also like quite sick if you've got free, then you can spare just putting one on a central against like whatever you're worried about. Especially like you can flicker one in with Tatubola, feels quite nice.
Yeah, that is strong, but I think we just if we're gonna need the cash.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the cash.
Shall we believe in the riot suppressions and just play free riot suppression, or do we keep the like one active two riot?
I do like the active for its install ability. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
but it's only
Um,
we can only I guess we can rob free clicks with active policing using MCA.
yeah, yeah. So basically, you have multiple ways of just being like you don't get a turn. So like you click MCA, you active policing them, they lose 2 clicks, and then if MIC is on that remote, they just can't do it. Like unless they have like Hannah or Swift or something.
Yeah, and it's one reason that like there is a chance that the Tattoo Bowlers should be border control for that exact reason, but the money is pretty
Money.
good off the tattoo bowlers.
Yeah.
Um,
There's also a case I know because I know we have 3 Tatibolas for the money and stuff like that. There is a case for potential uh like powers that be, especially with 2 1s in your deck.
yeah,
Just because
I'd love a powers that be in here. I mean, it would mean like probably dropping to two tattoo,
yeah.
um, or we drop to a single spit. Like I think the one Mavirus. I think we need to keep the one Mavirus. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Like
I was like worried. I needed more. I just kept not drawing enough ice. I've done like a couple of um I've done a couple of sort of test games with versions of this. Hi, Meet here. Yeah, you were watching the game earlier. I was playing this earlier when you were spectating. I wasn't streaming at that point though. And I just needed a bit more ice. Like I kept just not drawing ice, so that I was running like 14 ice, which is why I've gone up to 15. So it's a bit tricky.
yeah, I think I would change some of this ice distribution as well
Okay,
a
hit me
bit.
with your changes.
I just think that like so we don't have like hedge fund or anything like that.
We don't.
So like I think just having 6 copies of the 6 cost ice is asking a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, and then I also think that like I think you just have to be on triple gatekeeper. Like
Okay.
I
I
think it's
mean
just
that.
your best besides tattoos, like your best gear check ice draws you into more things. If it fires and you're flooded, you feel really good. Like I just think
Yeah, Gatekeeper actually. So we do also like this deck because we need to score out our agendas in a certain order. Gatekeeper firing is like actually very important for us. So I like that. So
yeah.
like, are we going free Gatekeeper to Bran? I think we want
Yeah.
to keep the free MIC, right?
Uh I think even 2 MIC is fine. Um um like if it was me, I think I would go 3 gatekeeper, 2 brawn, 2 MIC, 3 drafter, and maybe to ablative barrier, but
Yeah, I don't
just because I
hate.
think getting things back good, having cheap gear checks is good, and yeah,
I just didn't want to have like having five one strength barriers feels a bit suspicious
a
because
bit much.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was originally on two ablatives, and then especially when I think when I went to the third tattoo bowler, I was like, I can't like I've got to cut an ice for an ice, and and it's got to be the ablative.
yeah. Even a just a cheeky magnet.
Yeah, magnet might be fine. Um, Meter's got a couple of questions here. So, firstly, asking how many hits the Elvigar has. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't derez stuff. Like, it can derez the Spin Doctor, it can derez the Ablative if you have to res it early, which is really, really good. It could derez a Nico, but the more important thing is that it's a 2-1 that we can score from hand after scoring the salvo testing. So that's why they're in the deck, really, really importantly. And then someone Claudio mentioned Jupstad grid, which would be sick. Like it's particularly sick with like Asa and Elvigar, but it's very expensive. That whole like that's a 6 credit turn. You get a core damage out of it, but it also means that we can't play Trank grid.
Trey.
Um,
Yeah, I, I
and
do have a
it's
version.
very expensive.
I,
Yeah,
I
you've
do
got a
have a
version
version.
which scores a salvo testing on a Gypstad, haven't you? Like something ridiculous.
Yeah, and you play Arella, and you just like
Just
you try to
insane.
windmill. Like I know there's like the 7 point combo, but this is just like a more reg, like you know, like if you can score two in a turn, cool. But um I think I don't know if Sad Stug is viewing this, but I remember I was at uh like a small tournament or something, and I didn't have any decks, and he gave me this deck, and it was like Jude Stotterella had a guidance program and had like powers of B, and you could
Yeah.
do like cool tricks. I remember I flatlined someone by doing just like 4 core in a turn.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Um, that is disgusting. Okay. The problem is with cutting an MIC,
Hmm.
like because we don't have a border control and we don't have a hard end to run. We don't have, like a. I'll tell you what
Yeah.
actually, like, which is hot at the minute. What would be good in this deck and is only one influence is an Embolus. Like that's because obviously we don't have the influence for like a void or something like that. But just playing a single Embolus on that turn where you're like gonna you res at the start of the turn, you put the counter on it, and then you riot suppressing them, and then you're like in a like really good position. But um, I don't think we're playing that.
No. I think 3 Gatekeeper, 3 MIC, 3 Tattoo, 2 Broad, 3 Drafter, 1 Ablative is
Yeah, that seems fine.
good. Yeah.
Embolus probably does get pinholed meter, but it would get if they pinhole it that turn, unless they are exactly Sable and they roll a pinhole mark, they roll a mark that they can pinhole it off, then they ain't getting in because they're only going to have 1 click, unless they've taken a core. And if they've taken a core, then we're already halfway there. Uh, cool. Let's try this out.
Yeah.
Stick up a game. Woo, tube live. Banging. Meter's also asking about Drafter. I think Drafter is like one of the sickest things to play. Like if they it costs us free to res, it's insanely good if it fires. And it doesn't really matter if everyone's on like whatever breaker they're on, it still costs them money. Like if they if they're on revolver, it's like 2 credits and 2 counters. Like I'll tax them back every turn. Uh,
Yeah.
Seems good. Evening Silas. That's also not a name I recognize. Welcome to the stream. Um, if you're joining me just now, today I have special guest Brandon the King. Brandon, for people who don't know you, which I assume is no one, but I shouldn't assume that because like there are going to be people who don't know you. Um, uh, you are uh, legally blind. What's the exact sort of um
Yeah. Terminology.
yeah, terminology. I
Yeah.
don't know what the correct terminology is nowadays. Partially sighted.
I mean, even I could be outdated on that, but I use visually impaired.
Got
Yeah.
you. Um, so Brandon uses a oracle when he plays games, who is basically a person to sit there and read the board state to him and let him know what cards have been played and what are the cards in his hand. Or in my case, just to argue with him about his plays.
Yeah. There's a Oracle mutiny going on. Just audibling, taking the wheel from me. Like, you know, I got to send some people back to Netrunner boot camp
Okay,
or
we
Oracle boot camp. Yeah.
we got a game. We're against the Meteor playing Steve. 45 card deck. Our opening hand is MCA, Active Policing, Tattoo Bowler, Tranquility, and Ontological.
Oof. I love the lot of it.
Yeah, I like the tattoo for HQ. Like
Yeah.
that feels good. Like we could draw into
Um.
a second piece of ice, and then we've got a really good opening turn.
Or, or we could draw into a second agenda, which is
Yeah.
awkward. I actually think we mull this.
Okay. It has got much worse. We have got at least we've got a gatekeeper. We've got Bran gatekeeper, Salvo luminal active policing,
Yeah, fine.
and we drew a hollow man.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, that's not good.
It's not great. Uh,
No.
we could draw.
Um, could we? I
Oh
I
no,
I actually
probably
think
not.
it's just like I think we just YOLO, to be honest.
What's YOLOing for you here? Like we've got to put the gatekeeper
Uh
on HQ, haven't we? But then it's terrible there,
yeah,
like
yeah, no,
Castle.
no, I think it's just like, oh yeah, I guess we do, but it's not like, okay, yeah, yeah. Like, I was gonna say you just hollow brawn gatekeeper, click for credit, see what happens. But it's really bad.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer to like install the hollow behind
Draw.
HQ. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
draw. I could get much worse. I'm gonna draw.
Okay.
I don't know what we're drawing for because we've got no hedge funds.
Yeah.
Oh no, I drew twice. Okay, it got bad. Um, lag draw. Okay, so we've drawn another salvo testing.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So
So we
we're
just
gonna
hollow gatekeeper, take $1.
yeah, and
Easy.
we'll just pretend that it's the we'll pretend that it's the Chrysium which Meteor knows isn't in our deck, right? That'll be
Yeah.
fine. Be absolutely fine. See, this is where I would have liked the third Skunk Works because, like, I'd love that to be a Skunk Works. Okay, they installed a Cat's Cradle, Our gatekeeper will now cost 4 to res, and they'll be able to break it, but it'll cost them an arm and a leg. So maybe we get to fire it. They also played.
Wait, they
Wait,
gambled?
they gambled, steel skinned. So we're on banker. Played Cat's Cradle. They're running last click HQ. We have to res this gatekeeper. They've got
Yes.
6 credits. Can they? Yeah, I think they can break it. How upsetting.
Wait, how much is Cat's Cradle to
They're letting us fire it. Oh my gosh, that's so good for us.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, I'm not going to ask twice. Okay, we drew Nico, Skunkworks, and another gatekeeper. I guess
Nice. Okay. Cool.
we're shuffling back all 3, right?
Yes. Yes,
As
we
much as we
are.
need a salvo testing in hand, like at some point, like not at this point.
No. No. No.
Okay, okay, we drew another Nico.
Um. Yeah. So like they can do.
They could do.
Um.
I wonder whether we put the Skunkworks on
Nico
HQ.
Gate. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So Nico Gatekeeper, Skunk HQ.
Yeah, then we. Oh no, then we
Take
can.
a
Yeah,
dollar.
we could take it exactly $1. We won't be
Yeah.
able to res the Nico campaign if they run it, but fuck it. Um,
It's okay. They'll hit Gatekeeper. Don't want to break. We'll draw 3. We'll get fully off. It'd be cool.
yeah, cool. Be absolutely fine. Okay, they gambled. They played a Miss Bones. Oh, that's really bad for us.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Because they are gonna actually they're gonna run HQ. Oh, but then we're gonna have to res this skunk. Okay, we're running HQ.
Wait. Hold on. So they gambled in Breast Skunk. How much money do they have?
They've got 6 real credits, and they after they've broken, and they've got 12 credits um on Miss Bones.
How much money do we have?
We have 3 credits. Are we just letting them in?
Yeah.
So we can res this Nico campaign.
Yeah.
Feels rough. But there we go. We've got another Hollow Man. We're going to get back. It'll be fine. Oh, we can't even res this Gatekeeper. Nah. I forgot about that because of Cat's Cradle.
Right.
Um.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That would have been fine. Right, we're giving them back a gamble. Maybe we should have resed so that they didn't have enough money to play the gamble.
I think if they play the gamble and don't run, we're also okay with it.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, they've trashed all our stuff.
Yeah.
But now they might be more scared of drafter, so that's at least something. Okay, and then they gambled last click. So we're gonna res a Nico
Yeah.
campaign, which at
Yes.
least is money positive. Okay, we drew a Tranquility Home Grid.
Okay, what's our hand now?
So we got Trank, Nico, Active Policing, and a Bran.
Okay, we have $4.
Yeah, and HQ is a wide open play bus right now.
We just can't get to $6, which is frustrating. Because if we went Trank, Nico, Braun over top, take a buck, it's only 5.
Yeah.
Um.
So no, because then they're gonna just go in and trash it. I was gonna say because otherwise we go like Trank, Bran, take 2, and then we can res the Trank maybe next turn and install the Nico on it.
Yeah,
We might
yeah,
we
that's
might also want the brand for HQ though. Like we're gonna
even if we did that, we couldn't res it.
no, not this turn.
Yeah, so I don't even think we do that. How many cards do they have in hand?
Free cards.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna say you don't have Doof, and I think we go Trank Braun credit.
Maybe we could have gone. Oh, they've got it. They are doofing us. I was gonna say maybe we should have gone
Is
like
this 1 and 2?
credit. We could
Or,
have gone credit, active policing, and then what did they do? Oh, they drew. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
damn it. Yeah, this is one
No,
and
this is
two.
this is fine. No, they drew first. You said, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. So it's
now,
2 and 3.
yeah, it's a two and three.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do we want to give him back a gamble or a steel skin?
Uh, give them the gamble.
Okay. I have a funny feeling we're about to lose our Nico campaign. Or maybe they go, oh, they're going after the Trank grid. I think that's actually better
Yeah.
for us.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm very okay with that.
Okay, Trank comes down, unsurprisingly. But we at least drip for Nico.
Do do we only get active policing install on threat?
No, we always get the active policing. We just can only ever rob one click unless we're at threat. Okay, we drew a salvo testing, which is very bad right now.
How much is active policing cost?
0 to play. So we could go like credit, active policing, install the Nico campaign, but they 100% then run HQ. Actually, there's only one card in HQ, so they might not. Uh,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Nico Braun. We're losing this salvo testing. Nico Braun active.
so credit, and then active to
Yeah,
install the Nico.
yeah. Because I think that if we get this Nico to drip again and draw some cards, we can get moving.
Yeah, that's true. I guess like no, it's really obvious then what we've done. I was gonna say we could have like installed the salvo testing with the active policing and installed. Oh, they've got a second doof. Oh, this is fine. We're gonna res the Nico campaign. Okay, but also this is the active policing is actually incredibly relevant here because they drew first. So they drew, and then they've
The
played
deuce.
diversion. Yeah, but then
Okay, so they
they won't have a click left, and we're gonna res a Nico, and then we'll be kind of all right next turn.
yeah, they just keep top decking like their heart of the cards are at like soccer
Yeah.
levels.
Also, like this is a doof, which means they're not accessing HQ. So the salvo
Yes.
testing is safe. Ah, incredible.
Yes.
But this is great.
Incredible.
We drip for 6. Like this is the
Yeah.
richest we've been.
Yeah.
And we draw
Okay.
cards. Okay, we drew an MIC, which is going to
Yeah.
cost us 7 to res, and a Hollow Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, what did they get back with their Steve?
They didn't because they didn't have 2 cards in the bin. But
Okay.
now they have 2 doofs in the bin. So whatever happens, they're running turn 1, they're running click 1, and then they're getting back a doof. So
How much money do they have?
13 credits.
That's fine. So I think we're drawing here, probably.
Okay, the one thing I'm going to say is that if we draw,
Yeah.
we might not be able to install this Mick and res the Mick.
Oh, right. So you want to go Mick credit.
Like, I think so.
Okay, do it.
Because we're going to have to pay 7 to res the sodding thing.
I mean, I think the problem with this play is that they just run our remote, but maybe that's okay. I guess they're scared of Drafter. Drafter's kind of bad here.
Yeah. We're not going to install another card, and then we'll just take 2 credits. Yeah, because maybe this just looks like we're making sure we can protect, like, our remote, which
Here
might
comes the
be...
snake door.
Yeah, that would be bad. There's only one sneak door in these lists normally, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of weird. Well, I guess,
but
like...
they just kept top decking whatever they wanted.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. Well, they drew and dirty laundried R&D, so at
fine.
least they look like they're respecting the ice. They now have a ban car, which means they will no longer respect the ice. Okay, right. Well, okay, we've got a fully operational. Now,
Oh god.
we can't jam between any one of these bits of ice, unfortunately. We could
Um.
we could put the Hollow Man in server 1 and then like fully opt for draw and money, or we could draw once to see if we get a second piece of ice.
Yeah, I think we draw. Hope for the best.
It is an MCA austerity policy. Maybe we just put that in server 1 and then fully op.
Yes, I'm with you.
Draw first with fully op and then
Yes.
money.
Yeah, draw
Okay,
first.
we draw a gatekeeper. What's with all these code gates and an ontological? And then we're just gonna take money.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get this Nico to tick over one more. They might not run that. They're probably more interested in running this new server, right?
Yes, or HQ. Yeah.
They have picked, so they've bancard the MCA server.
Hot.
They drew. They're saying this is a hand, so
They
I
have strike points and steel skins, I assume.
I'm hoping that's like a bad hand as opposed to like a good hand. Yeah, I guess they must have. I mean, they've got plenty of money.
They just don't want to get rid of the things in their hand, and they probably have like the Waken plant, the Zenit chip, and they're like, I don't want to
Yeah,
pick these.
because if they had
And
breakers, they
maybe
just
some
install the
breakers.
breaker. Yeah, but they just install the breakers. The breakers are all cheap, right? Like it's like Revolver and
Yeah. And blue cleaver.
Blue Cleaver. Yeah, they call it Blue Cleaver. Uh, okay. Slight lag issues as well. Assuming that they go in. What are we doing next turn? We're like just hoping for a second piece of. I guess if the Nico ticks over, then we have a Nico. We have that server free, which will be good. Like, because that's the server which is protected by a Bran on the inside. So maybe we can push there. Especially if we happen to draw a riot suppression, because they are definitely going to go and trash this. Yeah, okay, they're running. I think we're not resing this gatekeeper, right? Under any circumstances. Well, not under these circumstances.
No, we're not raising this. They get to bones this.
They get to bones it, but that we're just going to say that this feeds into our riot suppression plan, which it kind of does. And we're gonna top deck the riot suppression this time. It's gonna be all on us. Oh, but
This Nico
yeah,
fires this turn if they don't stop it, right?
yeah. This is firing now, so we're gonna get money and cards. Oh, and they played a sure gamble last click. They've got like 19 credits. Okay, we didn't get the riot suppression. We have a Rashida and an Elvigar. So our hand is Elvigar, Salvo, Ontological, a Rashida, a Gatekeeper, and a Hollow Man.
How much money do we have?
16 credits. We have some.
I think we draw.
Okay. We draw into an ontological dependence.
This is going swimmingly.
Hmm.
I think it's just Rashida Gatekeeper and
Yeah.
credits.
Um, it's in the server that's protected by a brand, right? So that the gatekeeper's
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
This the HQ right now, considering we're playing against Steve as well, is bloody terrifying. Hopefully they don't run first click or second click because they can actually. Okay, they drew twice, so I think we're okay. They put down a Paragon and they put down an Earthrise. Okay, we get to fire a Rashida, so that's something.
Oh, I think that was like, if we come back to win this game, that was the throw turn.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
let me off the hook.
Okay. We've got some. We've got some stuff now. So
Okay.
we draw into Trank Grid, Skunk Works, two drafters.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Hot. This.
Is there any chance that we can just push this salvo this turn? Like we go like
Oh, we're
salvo
pushing.
hollow, skunk. There's kind of no point. Well, maybe there is a point in putting the drafter in front of the gatekeeper as well, but
I don't think so. I think it's Hollow Salvo.
it's got to be the skunk. Otherwise, they could just click through the brand.
Skunk. Yeah. And um
Maybe it's the Trank Grid in server one.
right. That's what I was also thinking.
Yeah, that seems fine. Server two. We'll do this one here. Like the other thing we could do, which is quite cheeky, would be to put an ontological dependence in server one. Because they're not gonna run server one, right? They're gonna try and challenge this like Doom remote, or they're gonna run
I
HQ.
I think you keep the trank there. I think you just keep the trank there.
Okay. That's cool. If we can
Right.
if we can survive another turn, then we can start wheeling out. Like we can technically win this game from this point. Like we have everything in hand we need to win. We just need to not lose before that point.
Yeah, like I just think like because they're on Paragon, not Hermes,
Yeah,
it's okay to do this.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, they are indeed picking server 2, which is our server. They put down a blue cleaver. Oh, that's going to be expensive to get through a brand right now. I think that's going to be impossible to get through. I don't know how much money you'd need to do that.
How much money do they have?
9 credits.
They might have. Oh, but not enough to challenge Skunk.
No, because we've got Skunk as well. They
Well,
have
how much money do
they
we
have
have?
2 clicks, but they have 2 clicks. We have 19 credits, so I think we can res everything.
Yeah, we res.
So I think we're resing the gatekeeper because otherwise banker.
Yeah.
So maybe we should have put a drafter here as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Because then they'd have had to like pay for this gatekeeper, which must be expensive with a cat's cradle. Okay. Unsurprisingly, they're letting it fire, which will do Bankar damage. And they will lose. Oh no, a strike fund? Oh, that's not good. Just don't be a second one. Please don't be a second strike fund as well. There's like a big lag spike just between. And a gamble, I think? Yeah, okay. Right, then we're going to res a Bran.
Yeah.
Which is going to cost them. They need to like boost. It's going to cost them 4. And oh, it's actually only going to cost them like 4, 7, maybe. Maybe they have to like hit both of these. Maybe it'll cost them 10. But they can double click through the skunk, which is a real big issue because obviously this isn't an Ikawa. Okay, they've clicked the first one. They're just letting it end the run. Oh my
Yeah, I think
gosh.
so. It's just a lot of money to commit not knowing what's there.
Okay, now we can score this. We will be crippled money wise. So I'm going to see what we draw first. We've drawn a riot suppression at a bad time.
100% we're scoring.
Yeah, I mean we kind of have to because otherwise we're just gonna like lose this game. So we're gonna res the holla holla. We're gonna score this. It's gonna leave. Wow, we have 1 credit. We're gonna do a core
Okay.
damage. Oh, we hit a strike fund with the core. Um, if we keep the Trank Grid and the Elvigar, then we're okay. We need to discard a card. Is it one of the drafters or is it the riot suppression?
Mm,
I
it
I
is a
might want to
drafter.
keep. Yeah, I kind of want to keep the riot suppression. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they technically have to go and deal with this Hollow Man, but they don't have to go and deal with that Hollow Man anytime soon. Although, like, we're like a single fully op away from. Oh shit! They just installed a pan weave. Do we res the Trank Grid?
So they installed Pan Weave click 1
Yeah. And then
and
they
they
were
lost
running.
what?
Oh, maybe they drew first actually. No, pan. Yeah, they installed Panweave and then they lost a tremolo to the Panweave, and now they're running HQ. We have exactly 1 credit. Um, I think we need to
How
res the.
much money do they have?
They've got 11 credits.
How much is on Bones?
None. Bones is gone.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So when they run, we res the Trank. That's fine. They're probably going to take some damage here as well.
No, because they can just they're just breaking the gatekeeper
They're just,
for Cat's
that's
Cradle.
fine. You res Trank.
They gain a credit from Paragon.
Yeah.
This Panweave is actually gonna like, unless we draw into a fully op, then the Panweave is gonna absolutely drain us. Sad Stug's asking where's the Jupstad and shakes his head in disappointment.
See, I told you.
We did talk about it, Sad Stug. I think it's too expensive for this particular deck as much as like we could play like a single Jupstad because it is like the Elvigar plus Jupstad combo is pretty sick. They're asking if we want a gamble or a gamble. We're going to give them a gamble. That's gonna put them back to like 15 credits, and they will. I assume they trash this Trank Grid, because if they don't, then we actually could win this game. They steal an Onto. They are shutting down the Bran. Are they not going to go and trash this Trank?
They're gonna go deal with the Hollow Man.
Maybe. We have no money. Hollow Man does nothing. I guess they wanted to shut down the Bran while they can. Ironically, we should be able to just fast advance. Like, we don't need a remote anymore. We just need to not lose off centrals. Um, Lag is slowing them down a little bit. I'm just gonna where you want to run. We could always do it manually.
Wait. They might not want to run. They might want to play game.
No, they do.
Okay.
I assume they do. Basically, the lag is normally worse when you're trying to run. Server 2, sick. They're running it. Uh. Well, if it doesn't let you, I can't res the brand. So you can just -2, and I'll tell you what's in the server. They've already got their Paragon, right? Yeah, so that won't happen. Face down is Managam. I kind of want them to trash it because I want to be able to ablative it back. Yeah, they're trashing it. That's fine. And they are trashing Hollow Man. Cool. They've gone down to 3 credits.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this run.
I'm unsure too. Oh, and we drew a folly operational. Oh, we're so good at this game. Okay, we're just scoring out this Elvigar on the Trank Grid, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
absolutely nothing else we're doing. So one. Asa, no thank you. Mainly because I can't. And game 2. So sick. We will decide not to do-res anything. Do 1 core. Yes, please. We hit a revolver. It could actually. We have 1 drafter in hand, so that could be relevant. But with Bankar down, it might not be.
Yeah.
Okay, they bank our HQ. Handily, we have 0 credits, so Panweave does nothing right now. And if they don't trash this Tranquility, we can score out this Ontological next turn, unless they steal it right now. It's very funny. They're Dirty Laundering HQ. They drew first click, I think. They're just breaking it with Cat's Cradle. They might. Well, no, there's no point in them getting back Deuce right now, which is quite funny. Although if they get rid of the Trank Grid, then it's worth getting back Deuce. I wonder what they are. Oh, they're getting back to strike funds. Well, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay, they have 6 credits. I guess at least like if they trash this Trank Grid.
They're gonna gamble for a second.
They didn't trash the Trank Grid. They installed a class act. We get to score another agenda.
No
And
way.
and we drew another ontological, so we've got the win next turn. This, you know that turn where I was like, we could not install the Trank Grid.
Yeah, I was like, no, we put it.
Yeah,
I said put 2 in the deck so I could use
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
we're using
No, but it was kind of funny. Even better now. So our last, yeah, Meteor has just realised what they have done wrong. um, this last Onto is a 2-1, like the good
it.
red
It's
one.
a
A 1-2. It's a one. No, yes, a 1-2.
yeah.
So we
So you
can
could fully
even we can
yeah,
just install it, click for a credit,
credit advance.
and
Yeah.
advance it. So we've played the last 3 turns of this game potentially off of 0 credits at all times. Technically playing around their panweave. Now they have just installed a Dockland, so I don't know if we're going to get to hold on to this ontological, but we'll find out.
What did we do off the core damage?
I think we hit a strike fund, which is like pretty bad.
Lol.
They are now on a hand size of 2. Unfortunately, we can't like fully op. Nah, it doesn't really help us anyway. Try right. It got 50-50 to find the onto here, but at least we win off an Elvigar, but we have to like draw it into hand. So if they just keep the top of the deck pretty Sad Stug is saying if we had Jupstad, they'd be dead. If we had Jupstad, we would be so poor right now. So poor. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like there is no. I did tell you this deck was like pretty lean in terms of money, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't see one Tatubola, so we were depending on that for cash.
Yeah, yeah, that is actually true. Like maybe we should have kept the opening hand. Cold Lava is pointing out would be so poor and currently has 0 credits. It does, but we're winning off 0 credits right now. If they don't find the ontological, we have won having 0 credits, which is the dream, right? Okay, let's see what they see. Oh, we've got to do Steve first. We've been sitting on flop. Yeah, we've got fully op, but we also fully op will only work if we've got stuff in servers. And if they go and get rid of this Trank Grid, as they definitely should, we will not have stuff in servers anymore.
How much money do they currently have?
They're gonna have 5 credits. I think they've already done their Paragon there. So if I've got 5 or 6.
So if they go and trash the Trank, it's actually like a lot for them.
Yeah, and ironically, we don't actually need to Trank credits to score if we have this onto. Classic. Uh, just do it manually. It's fine. So basically, we found out that the lag is better if you use. Oh right, if I remove laundry. Right, got you. If you play a run event as opposed to just trying to run, then the lag is better. Okay, they're seeing a fully op and a riot suppression. I think we win.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I think we're gonna win with 0 credits for 3 turns in a row, maybe 4 turns in a row. I'd need to go back and look at this one. Like, I mean, the fact is, like, this is how this deck has felt when I've just been like jamming out other versions of it. It has that really stupid initial plan of like, okay, a plan, like part number 1 of the plan is score a 5-3, which is like a really dumb way to start any plan. But then once it does that, it's like it's actually pretty. It wheels out pretty good.
Yeah,
because you can fast advance like even if you need to, like the ontos are like 3/2s, so you can install that and a hollow man and click the hollow man and go and get it. They've dirty laundried R&D. They didn't see anything, and they've gone and trashed the Tranquility home grid.
GG.
2 turns too late. Yeah, Celestial saying, "Oh, we found a tattoo bowler at last." So we're gonna install it server 1. This is absolutely mad that we can do this from 0 credits. We're gonna gain a credit. We're gonna advance, and we're gonna score.
Score.
They are saying you are joking. Yeah. Oh, they stole a Luminal in R&D. Oh, I didn't actually notice that. Not trashing the Trank grid. I'm sure you realize. I didn't think you had 3 agendas in hand. Yeah. Not only did we have 3 agendas in hand, we had exactly the 3 that we wanted and needed to win the game. Absolutely hilarious. Wild. Who keeps agendas against Steve? Well, I mean, we had 4 of them in there at one point. It was getting pretty hairy.
J-Dub made me do it.
Yeah. I mean, ironically, if they break the brand, which they could have broken the brand, and then they click through the skunk works and they steal the salvo testing, we just lose this game.
No, it's just GG for.
But yeah, I mean, they would have gone absolutely. It would have been like all of their money and their entire turn, and then like, what if it's just a Rashida? Like, you're gonna feel pretty bad about it. It's fun though, isn't it? Like, this is like kind of wild. Like, you can score out a salvo testing, and when you do, it's like a bit nuts.
Yeah, so like, I actually think this is like pretty interesting and like legit.
Are we getting enough ASA triggers? Like, we technically don't need the ASA trigger on the turn. Like, it helps. I wonder if ASA is right here though. Maybe we should be like sports, or maybe we should even just put this in Fule, and then you could just play the free riot suppressions, and they're always going to take the core damage. You know, because they like either they run it and they take the core damage anyway.
No, I think Asa is correct. Because like those other decks just don't have fully up. But I also feel that like
because I don't know how many ASA triggers we got this. Like, I feel like this game, I think we triggered ASA twice.
So I think that's just because like we're like we're playing a lot of like very situational cards. I also feel like so like the MCA thing is like a dream, but I don't think it actually ever really comes true. Probably.
But the
Maybe that's just because we're playing against Bankar, but
yeah.
like, uh,
But
I also am like,
The MCA is there. The MCA is there. Part like it is a way to potentially score a salvo testing, but it's more importantly there as a must trash asset. Right. That's what I want. I want stuff which they have to go and trash so that you can play the riot suppression and then have the like sick turn after it. Um.
right. That's what I mean. I understand like what like you want like what you want to accomplish there, but at the same time, it's like one of those things where I'm like, if we just cut the fun cards for the more consistent cards, it's like one of those unfortunate situations.
Yeah, but if you cut like the so you're basically saying like cut the riot suppressions, right? But you need
No,
to.
I like, I'm saying like MCA. I don't see myself like actually sitting back and clicking this thing. I think
What
runners
if we put it
have
in Mirror?
like
Mirror was Miramorph's really
even
good
in
with Hollow.
yes, like that's what I'm saying. Even in Mirror Morph, I would play MCA.
Wow, that's strong. Actually, okay, I'll tell you what. Um, firstly, Sadstug saying stop being cowardly. You already cut the Jupstad. Um,
I
but
I,
okay,
I didn't. It was never here.
yeah, but I will say actually, so the one play that we do have with Asa is doing the like I'm going to install a Hollow Man and a free two and score out the free two using the Hollow Man on in the same turn. So that's worth playing Asa for because that can get
Well,
you your like second core damage off an agenda.
yeah, I was also thinking too, like, so if you have things like there's hedge funds for more money. I think like wage workers just for more tempo,
Yeah.
and it's annoying to trash. But also like, um, if you have a biotic, you can probably fully opt to find the last agenda biotic and score. If because you've probably done core. Like I get what you're saying with like the riot suppressions is like you want another way to do core just in case you don't score salvo testing. Uh
I quite like wage workers to be fair because then you can do a like then you can always do like you can only do the riot suppression into like scoring play currently if there's a hollow man involved. Whereas with wage workers, you do have the option of going like, I'm going to play a riot suppression and I'm going to install an advance. And if you've got a wage workers down, then you can do the like triple advance and score play. Are
yeah.
are we using wage workers for anything else though? I mean, just set up tempo, I guess.
I'm just like my issues with this is like heavily on the econ side.
Yeah.
And like the only reason we come through is just like there's just multiple times where they're just like didn't trash econ. And it was
Do we
like,
just
oh,
do we just play more econ?
but that's what I'm saying is like I tear apart the whole idea if we play more econ. You know what I mean? Because that like the six cards are like MCA, active police, and riot suppression that just turned into econ cards, which is
Okay.
like,
So the MCA, I think we should keep the right. I think the riot suppression is somewhat important in potentially setting up that. Like otherwise, you have to have a turn where you can like safely in inverted commas score out a salvo testing. And I think that's a way of doing it. Like maybe just active policing is no, because active policing you need to be at threat for it to be like really really good. Yeah, Mita, your singles got you just straight up whiffed on all three. And we were I think there was I think you pinged one of the ontos from hand and we just managed to draw into another one. But yeah, you got unlucky. What if we just put like Maryland's in place of the MCAs? Or do you think that's too or do you think they're too slow?
Uh,
They're
like
pretty good with fully ops.
yeah, yeah, like it would have to be Maryland. The problem that's the problem with ride suppression active policing in ASA is that they're not assets, or and you have to hold them in hand. Like whereas like hedge fund, you just kind of play, you
Yeah.
know. But like with Maryland's and Nico's, like they're just more susceptible just when they're on the board. But I think like that's fine. Like I think if it's Maryland's, they can get shuffled back into the deck, and you have more fully op targets, and we'll maybe have more ace of triggers and things like that. But like my worry is just like, man, I know it's Steve, so it's a bit different, but like we can barely res one MIC, let alone having three in our deck. Like that was kind of
I mean, we
pretty
did
wild.
draw nothing but agendas for it. Like it wasn't just we didn't just draw econ. We didn't draw anything that we could jam. Like our draw was
Yeah,
like pretty cursed that game. Um,
yes, that's
but
fair.
yeah, it did feel pretty cursed. Fix is asking why are there no snares? I mean, like like no fix. I mean, where are you putting a snare in here? Um, what about what if we did? Is Regolith better than Marilyn? Like, do we just like jam a Regolith and then we can just clear a Regolith and then we've probably got enough money for all of this nonsense?
Um, but then we're really slow.
We are, but it's better than clicking for credits. um, I mean,
So like
Regolith, a
I
combo
even
of Regolith and Nico is like, you've got one is reasonable. Like Nico's pretty fast, right? And then Regolith is a bit more reliable.
I like the Maryland. So I was looking at that opening situation. If it was Maryland, like not MCA, we could have kept that hand and just went like Skunk Maryland Tattoo HQ, and like even if they go get rid of it, like that's like all their tempo, and that's like fine, right? Like we're okay with that. I think the Maryland is probably what I would go with.
Okay, we're gonna go Marilyn. Uh, we now have to. Or how about we go? I just want one more. What like without the MCAs? I wonder if we go like two Marilyn, one wage workers. Just having that one extra way of potentially scoring out these salvo testings, because otherwise we need to find these hollow men now. Not that like MCA was definitely gonna solve that previously.
I mean, to be honest, I think it was we were always just needing to find the Hollow Man.
Yeah, that's probably correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that. We're now like destined. This is like a deck which needs sprints, but there's no chance we've got slots for that. Like actually, really needs sprints. Let's put up a new game. Let's see how we do. Greasing. Oh, prototype is interesting. Sadstug mentions prototype and greasing. Greeting I do like. Um, Prototype is actually like quite a lot of money potentially. Like and becomes and is
Yeah,
like
prototype is
seen.
better than regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? I wonder if it's better than Marilyn.
Yeah, we could try that. We
I
could
think
try
I might try that because also people want to trash prototypes. You know, like I really want there to be some like must trashables
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that riot suppression like hits better. And people are like they see a prototype and their brain goes like trash it, just trash it. Um, so kind of feels like that's correct. Yeah, and we are already on bifurcation, so we can potentially get additional like reses. Yeah, and I've not really played around with prototype since the early hazy days of like free prototype, free
Warm reception.
warm reception in every deck for like what 2 months. It might not have even
I
been that
got a
long. It felt like
I,
it.
I got obliterated by that today in R plus because I just didn't think it was prototype, and then all of a sudden there was a prototype warm reception. I'm like, oh.
What did you lose? Had you just like installed like a
I had a daily cast, and then
oh,
like I drew another, and then I had like a new, and I was like, oh well, we could just like never play. It was bad, but
yeah.
like
I remember playing like no resources in my shaper decks for a couple of months because it felt like back in the scarcity days. I was like, I do not want to like. I'm never playing a daily cast again in my life. You know. Luckily, those days seem to be behind us, unless your name's Alpi.
I think you can like play certain ones. Like I think like telework you can play just because like
Yeah, I think teleworks fine.
yeah,
We're playing against Takameto, who is on Quetzal.
sure.
Our Tattoo Bolas are potentially still fine. Okay, our opening hand is pretty good actually. We've got like Rashida, Gatekeeper, MIC, Fully Op, and a Spin Doctor.
What? That's a snap keep.
Montreal had to reinstall a fair amount of DJ Fenris after disrespected prototype. Yeah, DJ Fenris is like the worst one to install. We draw into an active policing. Are we jamming this Rashida behind the gatekeeper?
You want to hear my
Yeah,
my my
I always want to hear your goo. Tell me.
we Rashida Gatekeeper, we spin and we MIC protecting the spin.
Interesting. With the idea that we're gonna fully up next turn.
Yeah, like we're the if they run Gatekeeper, it's gonna draw. If we spin, it's gonna draw, and then we're just gonna like we can just go off.
Yeah, we forgot about this play though. So first click they install a Palangi, and now they're running the Gatekeeper. I guess we still get to draw. We're resing the Gatekeeper, right?
Um, yes.
Dave is asking if Salem has made Quetzal more playable. Potentially, but you want to also play Palangi, so it's like it's a bit tricky. Let's see what they break here. They can only break one. They're breaking the end, the run, so we get to draw 3 cards. We drew a Nico, a Tattoo Bowler, and a Drafter.
Sick. Very good.
We're not going to really have any. Oh no, we got fully up in hand. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm worried about money. I mean, if they run and get rid of the Spin Doctor as well, then our fully up feels a bit bad. They trash the Rashida. unsurprisingly. They install a Manuel, and they eye for an IAS? Oh, shit. We're going to lose our fully up.
You can rest spin to try to deal with this, maybe.
I haven't, and they have already seen stuff. They see the Nico, they don't trash it. They see the active, they do trash it, trashing a strike fund. They see the fully op, there's no chance we're keeping that. It is the last card in hand, though.
I think,
And
yeah.
they
You
do
just
trash
missed
it.
the spin doctor as. Yeah. Oh.
They trashed an Asmund Pudlat. I guess that's to get the Palangi. Wild. Um, okay. Do we res the spin at the start of turn to get the fully op back in the deck?
I. So we just have Nico in hand?
Yeah, we got Nico plus a tattoo and a drafter.
I would res spin first.
We've got a working prototype. That's actually a way we can deal with Manuel, which doesn't require us to destroy stuff from our hand. And we have a riot suppression. Also, Holtz Pub and Subban says hi to you. Are we shuffling back at the start here?
I don't think we need to.
No, I don't think so either. Okay, I'm going to start the turn. Okay, we drew a Bran. So we could like working prototype with an ice, install the Nico, res the working prototype, click the working prototype.
Wait, they have no cards in hand.
They have no cards in hand.
So the riot suppression just lands.
Well, yeah, but they still have a click next turn. I don't think we. It also costs 2 credits. I don't think we can use a riot suppression at this point. It's like.
Right, because we only have $2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gets removed.
Okay, so yeah, we Nico prototype. Now
tattoo in front of one of them.
So here's the thing. I think if we res prototype, click prototype, we get to $4.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So I think you put drafter because if they run, they have to make a very interesting choice on drafter.
Okay. We might have to protect R&D because they're going to see 2 here. But the only thing we can really protect that with is the Tattoo Bowler. But maybe that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go prototype with the drafter.
Mm-hmm.
We'll res the prototype and click it once. And then we have 4 credits, and we can either install the Nico or we can protect R&D.
I like the Nico here, but maybe that's too much of a YOLO for you.
Okay, if they rip 2 salvo testings off R&D, then it's all on you. They're going to see... No, they're going to see 2, right? They only see 2.
They also probably have to draw some cards here. So
yeah, they are drawing. They're running R&D. They're going to see 2. Like we could have. No, we don't really have the money to trash that. They see 2, but they don't see anything good, and they're running HQ to see 2. They see the riot suppression, and they see a Bran.
Never punished.
Cool.
We res Nico.
Okay. We draw a Managarm, which they know about.
What's our hand now?
So, Tattoo, Bran, Managarm, Riot.
I think we're drawing here.
We draw a Trank Grid. Which they've seen.
How would you feel about Um.
I want to put the Trank Grid on top of the Spin Doctor because that's the MIC server. That's like our scoring server.
Okay. How do you feel then about putting Braun, Tattoo Bola? Oh, I guess we could just put Tattoo Bola on R and
Yeah,
D and
I
just
think we
get
just
money
put
out of it.
Tattoo
Okay.
Bowler. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So do you want to trank Skunk then for the double?
think I want to just Trank, but because I prefer to install the skunk on it next turn to get the money.
The money. Got you. Okay.
I'm gonna go that in server 2, no Asa. I'm gonna put the Tattoo Bowler on R&D. And then that's all of our turn because we drew. But that's fine.
Yes.
We can actually res everything that's relevant here. That's lovely. Okay, they draw.
Wait, can we?
Yeah, we have 5 credits, and the only things that we really need to res is a drafter and a tattoo bowler, which is lovely.
How much money do they have?
2 credits.
Got it.
I guess they can technically always get through this MIC. Okay, they're running the tattoo bowler, which I think we res.
Yeah. That also loads a counter on
Yeah.
our friend
Now
here.
we could swap in. So we're gonna swap it with the Bran here.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just letting it fire. Okay, fine. They're not going through. Okay.
Oh, now they're gonna run the drafter.
No, 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 no. They've just left it. Okay, we draw a drafter.
Oh, that's so good.
We're like very close to getting a 5. We're very close to getting a 5 counter working prototype here, but we're like one resable thing off.
I don't think we need to. I think we just take the money as we go.
Okay. So I kind of want to
So like,
res Trank and install the skunk on it with one of the pieces of ice.
yeah. But do you want it to be drafter or do you want it to be?
I think I want it to be. Great question. I think it
I think I
probably.
want it to be drafter.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Axie's asking me how many toothbrushes I have, which I assume is some weird, like.
That was the conversation.
I see.
That
Is there?
happened.
Wait. Do we draw with tranquility or just take the money here? I want to take the money, but
No, no,
maybe we draw.
you take the money because
Okay.
we're not safe. Like we can't.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 2 clicks left and 6 credits. Are we going to hit this
You,
working prototype like once?
yeah, and then I think you ice RD.
No, well, I don't want to. I want there to be ice in hand for the tattoo to fire.
Sure.
I'm
I
gonna.
just don't know what they. I just don't know what they drew, and like they didn't let Tatu fire last time, but this time, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I get like that might suggest either they've got like a hush or they're gonna like crew it. Like they might crew it. And yes, Axu, I am. Oh, they're just finalitying us. No, they're not. They're playing. I thought as a finality, it's a Wildcat strike. Do we want to give them? They have 1 credit. Do we want to give them 6 credits or draw 4 cards?
How many cards do they have in hand?
3.
We just assume that they have moshing stuff, or do we just give them cards?
Hmm.
I'm giving them cards.
Yeah.
YOLO.
I mean, they might like mosh here, and that is always the problem. But that's okay, right? I think.
Yeah.
Meat is suggesting that we maybe respect Hot Pursuit, which I could kind of see. I don't think they're a tag me deck, but then again, they are running Manuel, so I guess so. Are we at the point where we should be trashing this Manuel? Maybe. We should probably trash it while we've got a spin doctor down, so that we can shuffle back whatever card it is that we.
They have a tag. I forgot
Yeah,
about
they've had a tag since turn one, eye for an eye.
that. Oh yeah, eye for an eye. Right.
But we've been like quite poor, and I don't think trashing a card from
No, I
hand
think
makes sense.
last turn we could have done it. We could have just clicked prototype and then trashed it and then
Yeah.
went hop.
But then, like, I'm just wondering whether. Okay, they're now running the Tattoo Bowler, so now I think we're going to get to switch it out. But they're going to C2 here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have kept. Maybe we should have kept the Managarm to put it on R&D. But, yeah, we'll swap it with a Bran. Oh, they want to
Yeah,
take.
you ace it.
They want to take
Huh?
a credit first, which is very wise. They're taking a credit in case of Iqua, which would be incredibly wise. And if they hit a salvo testing now, they're gonna be like, "Well, I was respecting you for playing like sensible good cards." uh,
I think you ace the brawn and tattoo here, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stops them like clicking through, like getting through, because they can technically get through this brand quite easily otherwise. Hello, Jeff. Yes, it is The King Returns, and we're playing Asa, and you will not be happy with this Asa list.
You said someone said hi to me, and I don't remember who it is, but hello to them.
Wait, why is there a riot suppression in hand? Yes, Jeff, I told you wouldn't be happy. Okay. Right. They saw the top two cards of the deck. We're about to draw the top two cards with a Nico. Do we shuffle with the Spin Doctor first? Because we're probably going to jam in this server anyway this turn, right? And then we get fresh cards.
You wanted to trash Manuel, so no.
Okay. We drew an ablative and a second riot suppression just to make Jeff's day. We could draw one, but it's a bit scary based on the fact that they're on eye for an eye. So maybe we just trash Manuel. And
what's our hand?
Prototype? It's 2 riot suppressions, 1 ablative.
I'm into drawing.
Okay. We drew a Bran. I need to trash Manuel. We need to trash Manuel. We can chuck out one.
You do it. Yeah,
we can chuck out one riot suppression. Oh, it didn't make it. It didn't make us do that. Oh, it's only threat free. Sick. We don't even have to respect it. Even better. And then we don't draw last click, so we either click working prototype or we install a piece of ice somewhere.
How much money do we have?
We got 14 credits. We could put ablative on HQ.
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Like, we're only going to res it probably when it's relevant.
Yeah, that's
fair. Is Brandon tuning in from the pub, or was he sensible after all? I mean, I haven't heard pub sounds in the background. Were you going to be tuning in from the pub? That's Jonald, by the way.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, like, yeah, come on WooTube at 3:30. I'm like, oh, yeah, like, smack when I was going to go to, like, happy hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I want to do WooTube from the pub, but I was just so afraid that it may be too noisy.
Okay, we drew an ontological, which is not what I want to score out yet. So I think we draw at least once. Like, they're
What did they end up?
Oh, I don't know what. I think they just click for 4 credits. Yeah, they literally click for 4 credits. They have 4 credits. I think we got a draw to look for a salvo.
Yeah, click one draw.
We drew a gatekeeper.
Okay, like, I want to do something that you just, like, will not like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to just
I think
score
you just
Deontay?
like, yeah, yeah. I think you just put it on the train,
Okay. What are we shuffling back
gain
with the
some
spin
money.
doctor? Or do we just overwrite it so that we've got a spin doctor in the bin for the ablative?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I'm on board with that.
we'll have other stuff that we want to install with the ablative, I think.
Okay, fine.
But we do only
Pop
have
it.
two spin doctors.
Yeah, I think you just trash over it.
Yeah, screw it.
Advance once, and you put the
Gatekeeper?
uh, yeah, put the gatekeeper over top.
Trank will gain two. If we draw a salvo testing like first click next turn, I'm gonna be really upset. Uh,
Like that's like very fair.
it's funny how step one score a 5-3 is really hard, but step one score a 5-2 in Jin Teki is reliable. Are you scoring out Sisyphus protocols step one? Okay, they have installed an Audrey and are running last click into a drafter. They do have, I might have missed it, they've got a poison vial down, so they're going to be able to trash this working prototype. Um, do we res the drafter? Yeah, because we want to cost him a Palangi token, right?
Yeah, and a vial. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Audrey, you saying?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like if they've got like Palangi, we have like one Mavirus, right? We could riot suppression them next turn, but unless we draw exactly, they can break all the
Oh,
riot.
actually, no, that's pretty good. If they take the card like riot suppression, advance.
We drew an Elvigar.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So you
are we
can
just
you can
scoring?
purge.
Yeah, we
You
could purge.
can.
We
What's
could
our
just
hand? Do we have
purge.
any trashables in hand?
No, we've got a stealable, but no trashables. So like they'd have to go either R&D, which they technically could get through. They definitely can't get into the server. I think we probably just purge. They might be on contaminate, but I don't really want to score out now because we're going to go pretty low on credits if we do.
How much money do we have?
10.
Uh, okay, fine. So we purge. I really think that, yeah.
Uh, they have whiffed on, like, they really should have stole at least some agendas on all those accesses for what it's worth. But let's see. What do we draw? We draw an MIC. Right, well, now we probably just have to score out this sodding Onto, unfortunately.
What did they do?
Yeah, sorry. They drew, and gained 2 credits. They have 6.
What's our hand?
Bran, MIC, 2 right suppressions, and an Elvigar.
You could advance credit.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Like, if we draw a Rashida next turn, then that's quite nice.
Yeah.
They are playing a Wildcat Strike. Do we want to give them 6 or 4 cards? They have 4 credits and 4 cards in hand.
Uh,
I think we give them money here, right?
yeah, I think we give them money. Yeah.
Because otherwise they do just draw into a Contaminate and we, like, lose. This deck must be on Contaminate. Oh, they've got Rejig. Okay, they're rejigging the Palangi. That makes sense. Rejig's good with Palangi. It's good with Poison Bar. Um, where do they go here? They can't get into this server, surely. They install an Imp. Okay, that's their engine. They're running HQ, which unfortunately is an ablative. I don't think there's absolutely no reason to res it.
Uh, correct.
Because this is last click, so we're not even like
Right.
taxing out
Right.
their Quetzal. They access the MIC, which is upsetting because probably
Yeah,
we
this is sometimes the problem with giving these kind of decks money is because they
yeah.
actually need the money to hard install stuff.
Okay, we drew a salvo testing. We're like a bit short on cash now, but I think we now have to score out this ontological and jam the salvo because they're gonna come back into HQ. Can they get in here? Like, there's a gatekeeper which they could break. There's a drafter which they could break. There's an MIC which
How many cards do they have in hand?
they've only got 2 cards in hand. So I think
What's your thought process here if we just purge?
the problem is that yeah, we could. But then they'll just run HQ. They know that we're not going to res and they're going to steal the salvo testing. I'm worried about the salvo testing in hand. So I'd rather like double advance and
But
jam. Then we
if we
maybe
double
purge
the
let's
if
turn.
we double advance and jam, they run HQ, which we don't res. They imp a card, and then they like run our remote.
They don't have enough cards. They'll need credits to get through the skunk works. Cards in hand. I don't think they can run the remote. Can we res it all? No. Okay. Well, yeah, that might
Yeah,
be the issue.
yeah. I don't think. I think we have to purge them and just say, "Show me another imp."
Well, they're going to be on free imp, free rejig, aren't they? Is a problem.
I don't know.
I
Show me.
I 99% sure. Okay, they play a gamble. That's fine. If they're not rejigging or imping, then we're alright. They might think the remote is a bunch of cheap ETRs. They're running the remote now. This is interesting. Okay, so either we let what do we let fire here? So we can either let them through and then we get a draft to fire, which is
Yeah, and then
pretty
you put
big.
spin over the top
Yeah, maybe.
of the ontological gain $2.
And then we go and try and score the salvo testing out and do it all in the right order.
Actually, no. How much money do we have?
11. So we can either just
Okay, so
res the gatekeeper and it keeps them out and we get to do gatekeeper shit, or but
fully op
I
is still in the bin, right?
yeah. So like if we let them through so that they hit the drafter, then we get a drafter fire, and then we either stop them with the MIC, which is behind the drafter, or they jack out. Like, but then we can like have stuff installed, and we'll have a fully op back in hand, so we can pop right back up in money.
Yeah, I want the drafter fire.
Yeah, I think I do too.
And then I think you can kill Onto.
Are we doing the kill onto play? Because otherwise uh we could get the we could get something on the board so that we've got a better fully op for next turn. Because we can
Well,
stop them with the MIC here.
yeah, that's fair. You're right. I guess we'll
Oh,
see how much money we end up
yeah.
getting. Yeah. No,
Uh,
because I think we're a credit short at 11 to do it. That's why. Because this server costs 12.
okay. I am going to. The thing is, fully op is not good here. We don't have stuff in the servers.
No, but that's why I said spin over top, because you can res spin and with the Mando you can probably get some stuff.
Okay. we're gonna do that. Oh, I did the wrong sodding thing.
Sorry.
No, I just clicked on the wrong one. I clicked them in the wrong way. Apologies. Yeah, we'll trash that. We're gonna do Trank. We're gonna gain 2. Then we're not gonna install it on agenda. Nah, all good. Sorted it. And then I think we have to stop them with the MIC because
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
If they
mean,
continue, you res the MIC. They may not
yeah,
continue though.
they are continuing.
Okay.
I wonder
So,
whether
yeah.
we shouldn't have done that, but we'll see. Okay, because otherwise they trash stuff and then they get their Audrey engine back on track.
Yeah, yeah. We have to block them. Yeah.
Okay. We won't res the spin doctor yet. I don't think we need to. Okay, we've drawn bifurcation, so that's fun.
Yeah, so we res spin.
Okay, we've got an ontological and a tranquility home grid.
Oh yeah, this is perfectly fine. So you can trank you can sorry, you can bifurcation trank behind the gatekeeper
Yeah,
or behind a drafter, whichever you like.
I like
Um
behind the drafter
okay.
because
So
then
behind
we,
the drafter.
yeah.
Um and then you can uh fully opt for cash and brawn HQ.
Okay, yeah, I like it. They still have a tag. I wish we had I wish we had what do you call it? Greasing the palm.
Right. Because one thing we can take advantage of here is they have trouble with multiple servers. So,
Yeah, totally. Okay, they've put down a devil charm, which means actually it kind of
oh
means
boy.
nothing yet. But we might start losing ice. So this gatekeeper feels pretty bad. Okay, I potentially let's see what we draw.
What did they do?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a very bad oracle. Okay, they drew a card. They removed the tag. It's like they're listening in. They drew another card and they installed the devil charm.
So, how
They've got
much money do they
they've
have?
got 8 credits.
Fine. Okay.
Um,
So, we're okay.
I kind of want to install double advance this salvo testing because I just want to get it scored. Because then we can just
Um,
go.
yeah, there's another play that's kind of hot.
I mean, we can like de-res the spin doctor and go from there.
And you res another trank grid and then put something else on it. Ooh wee.
Yeah, but I want those. I want to score those bifurcations after the salvo testing because that's when they're good.
Right. How much money do we have?
8 credits, which is not very much.
No, but we have this ice res now, so it's like
Yeah,
okay.
I
So we
think I'm
just have
gonna
to hope
pop
they
this.
didn't
I'm
draw.
gonna pop this spin. I'm gonna shuffle back in the ontological and probably the fully op.
We want to keep an amazing drafter target. I think.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe it's the active policing. No, I don't know.
Uh, do we have good installables? Like we have a working prototype
We've got a
and a
working
Nico in
prototype
the
and a
bin.
Nico, yeah, or a Rashida.
Yeah. Active policing is we have riot suppression in hand.
Yeah, two of them. I want like
Yeah,
I want less trashables in the deck. You know, like if they're on Audrey, trashables
yeah.
seem scary. I'm putting the
But
active in.
Rashida, I think
Mm,
Rashida gets our engine going. Like I don't think we should be drawing also one card at a time. I
yeah.
like the Rashida.
All right, I'm putting the Rashida back in.
Yeah, I think so.
Then we can just install double advances salvo testing.
Yeah, yeah, and hope for the best.
Trent grid, gain 2. We won't install another card, and then we'll double advance. Like this is probably perfectly safe, right? Unfortunately, when we score this, we're going to be down at 5 credits, which means that we can't res the Bran, but we can res the ablative, which means that we can, and we'll be at
Yeah,
threat then.
that's right. Exactly.
So that'll feel fine.
The other thing too is like killing cards in hand is so like taking away Audrey food is probably a click for them, which is good too.
Yeah. The real question is like after we score out this salvo, I guess we. Oh yeah, okay. They're playing a contaminate. They are
Oh.
contaminating the Audrey. Can they get? They still surely can't get in here. Maybe they can. You know, they're drawing a card, and they're running the server. Okay, we can res a gatekeeper. They have 3 Audrey captors.
Yeah, we res gatekeeper. We don't have
Yeah, I think we have to. Oh, they also have a devil charm though. Oh, they're so gonna be able to get in here, and they're not gonna spend
yeah.
any money, which means that our skunk works does like nothing. Ah, something.
No, they yeah. Well, no, it does do something because they how
They
much
have to
money do they
spend
have?
5, but they're still gonna steal
Yeah.
this sodding. They're gonna steal this salvo testing.
Yeah.
Well,
I
let's res this gatekeeper. Let's try and force some nonsense out. Maybe we should have tried to like psych them in and then riot suppression. Oh no, but we can only do that with the Hollow Man. That's the problem. We like need a Hollow
I just
Man.
like I was just okay with like scoring the thing, derezzing the spin man. Like
Yeah, that's probably correct. It was probably correct. Because I did also
because I just
realize that after we score this salvo testing, we probably can't afford to score that bifurcation from the board. Like we could afford weirdly, we could afford to score the one from in hand because we'd put it on a trank grid.
yeah.
They're letting us fire the drafter?
Yes.
No, they're not letting us fire the drafter. Okay. They are. Oh, they're on Daredevil. Love it.
Yeah. Nice.
There's their draw engine. Okay, that makes sense. Now they. Yeah, all good. Now they're gonna break this MIC and they can use a poison vial, so it doesn't matter that they don't have enough counters, which is upsetting because otherwise we could trash the poison vial. Not the poison vial. Otherwise we could trash the MIC, but they're gonna have enough. They trashed an eye for an eye and a rejig from hand. Told you they'd be on free rejig. Uh, to get strength using Audrey counters, and I
How
assume
much money do
vial.
they have?
Say again.
How much money do they have?
7 credits. Like we have to. Luckily, like we res this Managarm, they can't actually afford to trash either of these things.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Um, which is great. So they're gonna steal the salvo testing, which is sad, but at least their Audrey engine doesn't get back online. They're
Yeah.
gonna
So they have
pray.
0 counters, right?
Yeah. Ironically, they say I pray it's not an Ikawa, but they have exactly a click and 2 credits left. So they could still steal an Ikawa. Okay, but now they're back to no counters, but like they're a contaminate. We know that like they're exactly a contaminate
N-
away from getting in at any point. 1 point. Oh, we
no, 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 no.
just drew
Hmm?
the Hollow Man.
No, no, no. It's fine. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
They
All
have
right, Timmy.
$2. How many cards do they have in hand?
2.
Did they pitch a steel skin? How do they have so many cards?
I don't know.
Okay.
Um, but like now, I mean, now we're in a great place, but we've got no money, and they've got,
We,
and we don't have a salvage testing to push out.
no, no, no. But they have $2 and no
Yeah.
Audrey counters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and do they have a Pelongi counter?
No.
No. Right. So what's our hand right now?
It's ontological, Elvigar, 2 riot suppressions, a Managarm, and a Hollow Man.
Mana Garment, Holy Man. Yeah, that's fine. So we have how many bucks?
3.
3. So we have bucks for if we install in the Trank. So I think we can like draw here.
Yeah, I'd agree. We draw. We're going to draw a Luminal. It's another agenda. I think we just install the Luminal and the Hollow Man and we take a credit.
Yeah. I think so too.
Asa, we're going to install the Hollow Man and then we'll credit. Gain 2. Gain a credit. We at least have 6 credits. We can res like the Bran on HQ if we need to.
Do we have any ice in hand?
No, unfortunately.
Right. That's a problem. That's actually the bigger problem.
Yeah. Okay, they've like drawn, and a running HQ.
Oh, that's so good for us.
So we can either res the Bran, which will.
No, you res the ablative and get Rashida.
Okay, yeah, but we can't put it on Trangrid, which is a shame. We don't have a Rashida in the bin because you made me shuffle it back in with the Spin Doctor.
I did do that, didn't
I? We can get.
I do remember doing something like that.
Yeah. We can get a Nico.
You can even get.
You can get a prototype. But
which
like,
one's better here?
they're not on resources really. I think the Nico might be better.
So I think like if you get prototype, we can keep clicking for money as long as they don't deal with the gatekeeper.
Yeah, I think they're gonna deal with
But
the Gatekeeper.
do we have any trashables in hand?
No, we've got. Yeah, we got a Managon, but they can't trash it right now.
Okay, so you can get a Nico and it just drips money for you, I guess. If you don't want the prototype.
The nice thing is that we've got Elvigars coming out in the Wazoo, so we can always de-res this ablative and get other stuff with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get this Nico going. In server 1, we won't install anything. They'll Quetzal through it.
You could have put the skunk.
No, I think that
you want to save it for
I want more cards in hand because they're about to access from hand, and there's 2 agendas in there, and they access the Managam Skunkworks, so that's perfect. Can't trash it.
Wow.
Like there's a good chance that we actually put this Skunkworks on HQ. I'm thinking. Right, I'm gonna resist Nico.
Yeah. Fully up for game. Fully up for game.
It's a Gatekeeper off the top.
Oh Oh, boo.
Okay, so we can score the Luminor. That will take us down to 2 credits. We can then install an Elvigar, for instance, in server 2, gaining 2 credits, and click for 2 credits. I think that takes us back to 6.
Yes, it does.
So I
It
think
doesn't put the skunk where you would want it, but yes, it does.
we're not. I don't think we're installing the skunk. I think that's just staying in hand for the time being. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
We're gonna score a Luminor. We'll install an Elvigar just on its own in server 2. Trank, gain 2. Asa, no. Again, should we be sports metal? Maybe. Like maybe we. I don't know. I'm genuinely tempted to try this in Fule
Okay.
at some point, just to see, like, because riot suppression in Fule is better on it. Like you don't even need to rely on like the MICs, you know, like riot suppression in Fule is good enough, and you might just yeah, I don't know. Nah, that's hard to say.
Mhm.
Meteor's asking, will Fule even be able to run flop? I mean, we might not be on flop if it was in Fule. Like maybe you still would be. We're not going like incredibly fast for what it's worth. Uh, I mean, this deck has econ problems, but Asa isn't solving our econ problems essentially. Like fully op, we hope is, but it's essentially like a 6 credit card most of the time, right?
Yeah, I think like something like Powers of be mocks this because if you don't get the salvo, you can still play the game where you score these 2-1s, get Rashida, put it on the trank, pop
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, I think you might be right. So maybe we might just drop down to 2 tattoo and play. Maybe it's like 2 powers that be. Okay, they're running R&D, which is Tattoo Bowler into Bran. They have 2 clicks and 2 credits left, so we could put the Skunk Works out if we. I think we're resing the Tattoo Bowler, right?
We don't have ice in hand, right? Do we?
Yeah, we've got a Gatekeeper in hand.
Oh yeah, we drew that. Yeah. So yeah, we do that.
They might just
This gives
not.
us money.
Yeah, there's a good chance that they don't click through this.
No, we don't res the brawn. We just use the
Uh,
tattoo bow line.
no, I mean like they don't. Okay, yeah. See, they're just letting it. They're just letting it fire. It's like really
That's
suspicious,
fine. That's fine.
but probably is fine. Um, they could go and trash this Nico. Oh, we could de-res the Nico as well. We probably de-resing the ablative if we're de-resing something, right? Now they're
Yes.
running HQ. Yeah, this is what I kind of wondered because like now we're down to 4 credits. They feel a bit safer running HQ. So they're going to click through here. They have 2 credits, so they can't trash the Managarm, so that's great. They could steal an Ontological, which is less great. We've got a Hollow Man here. That's interesting. They see the Managarm Skunkworks again. Can't quite trash it.
They're gonna need to run with $3.
I mean, to be fair, they are. Oh, and now they put down a Hippo. Okay, so that's why they're not letting this tattoo fire because they want to Hippo it next turn.
That's fine. We're gonna be okay.
We drew a working prototype, so we can score out one of the Elvigars, and then we could jam something in. So we could score out.
You didn't ASA install, right?
No, not last turn.
Right. You did no. You just gatekeeper. You didn't.
No, they didn't. They didn't go through the tattoo
Oh
bowler.
yeah. They didn't.
It's
Right.
just rezzed. Because they've got a hippo, so they're like, no, I'm just gonna wait till next turn and then hippo it. So it's interesting. Like we probably score an Elvegard. Do we jam the ontological in the server? It's kind of safe there.
It is. Um. But I don't like. Keeping the working prototype in hand feels.
Yeah, I don't want to put the. I don't think I want to put the working prototype. I'll put the working prototype in the behind the gatekeeper next turn when the Nico pops off.
Right. I just like I'm conscious of like they keep running with 2 credits and they trash something.
Got yeah.
Then
But we can technically res the brand this turn if they do that. Also, we're probably going to de-res this ablative. So, like, if they run HQ, we're going to get an ablative fire.
Yeah. So, do we actually put anything in this remote?
Yeah, because I want the Trank Grid. I want the Trank Grid money.
Yeah. Okay. So, you double advance, you de-res. Wait. Okay. Yeah. If you. Sorry. I'm on stream. If you de-res the ablative,
Yeah.
and then install, we have 7, which is not enough to res both brawn and ablative.
No, but I think that's okay. Potentially. Either that or we de-res the Nico campaign. So we can re-res it next turn and that can keep ticking.
Yeah, that might be a play.
I've done it.
Oh, I don't really want to score this onto though.
No, neither do I, but like
I think we just leave it. Like
what, an install working prototype?
yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Cause now if you don't
Well, it's happened.
maybe we don't de-res. I think we don't de-res anything.
It's too late. Way too
Okay.
late. I think being as we've now installed the working prototype, de-resing the Nico campaign actually makes sense. Like we can maybe.
The reason I said no is just because if Nico gets to stay around next turn, like if Nico's res, then we have 7, so you can res prototype, res brawn.
Yeah, I have just realised that we can't. If we res a brand, then we can't res the Nico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Fine. It was a mistake. Maybe they just respect Drafter too much. I can't see them not trashing this Tattoo Bowler this turn.
Right, exactly.
They might just jack out afterwards. Brilliantly, that will turn on riot suppression. So maybe we can set up a funky turn after that. I don't know exactly what it is. Also, like we should have just installed this onto. We can just score it with the Hollow Man. It's not the worst. Like we don't have to. We've got a Hollow Man.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I do like getting this prototype money though. I won't lie.
You need more barriers on your remotes, please. Yeah, we have done a pretty good job of having 0 barriers on this remote. I will try to arrange that for the future.
Better next time. I mean, we
Um,
have all Darius on the Central, so
yeah, yeah, yeah. Neil's in chat saying that it's a king deck when you see cheeky tattoo bowlers out of faction. Technically, this is like my deck, but I knew that Brandon would be down with the tattoo bowlers, so he did agree with the free tattoos as well. Okay, they've taken 2 credits.
yep, they took the $2 like we knew they would.
They play a rejigging.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they brought the Audrey back to hand and they installed a Daredevil with
Oh,
using the
cool.
rejig. So they're on 0 credits. We could be scoring at an ontological right now, but that's fine. We get to res and a working prototype. Then
There's
we're gonna
Nico.
res and Nico. Okay, this is fine. Like we're totally back in the money now, so that's nice. We'll start turn.
Fully up.
Yeah, it is. It's fully up. Okay,
Got him.
so the question is, do we actually need to fully up here? Because I'm quite tempted just to click the working prototype twice and install the ontological over the top of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And just hope
That
it doesn't get trashed. Yeah,
that
that
gets
makes sense
us
to me.
that gets us 6, 7, 8. That gets us
Yeah,
8 credits. Like that's as
yeah.
good as a fully up essentially. So we'll do that, and then we'll overinstall it.
Man, we are
Game to.
doing this the exact backwards way
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we
yeah.
want.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally, totally. Game 2. We're not gonna do an ASA install. Could someone go back over like this game and work out how many ASA installs we have denied? I swear it's almost every one of them. Uh, Click 2. Why not click once, install in advance? We don't actually need to advance it, David. We have a Hollow Man hiding in this server. So next turn we can install it and still have a click to like jam something else. Unfortunately, we might actually just score this bifurcation. Do we score this bifurcation next turn? The one that's been sitting on the trank grid for like forever and a day behind a drafter?
Why?
Because it's like at some point they might just go and poke it trying to get Audrey counters, and
I
that'll
mean,
put
that's
them on four
fine.
points.
It will. It's bad, but I think like if we draw, like here's the thing: if you actually draw something of value, you want it in the better remote, right?
Yeah, I'm more thinking just to. Well, I mean, we'll see what we
Because
draw. We'll see what we draw next turn. Obviously, like.
right, that's what I mean. Like if you draw a good agenda, then like you don't want then you don't get value off. Like I'm just looking at value wise and safety wise. It's just
Yeah,
better
yeah, that's
in
fine.
that room. Yeah.
We would then also get to de-res the ablative, although, like, actually, right at this moment, the ablative's not that great. So maybe that's fine. Okay, first click. I think they are running R&D. They're going to see the tattoo. Unfortunately, they're going to have 3 clicks left to deal with this Bran, which is upsetting. They drew 2 cards off Daredevil. Very cool.
That's so good.
I mean, we have nicely like put almost 2 ice on every server for them. So they remove the hippo, and then they see a Bran. We res a Bran. I think we res a Bran.
Yep.
Oh, they still have a poison vial counter. They can they can click and poison vial this. That's actually a shame.
But they don't have money to trash.
No. So we're kind of good on everything, I think, here. Apart from them hitting an agenda.
Right.
Wow, they're letting us fire it? Oh,
No way.
they're letting us
Just
fire
the end of the run.
just the end run. That's interesting though. I think you must have a hippo in hand for that to be worth it, right? Are they gonna go like play a strike fund? Yeah, they like click for a credit and play a strike fund. Okay.
Wait, is that what they did?
Yeah. And then they
Okay.
discarded a crew.
Oh.
Okay. We drew a working prototype. I kind of feel like I want a second piece of ice on R&D. So we've got the
Ah,
gatekeeper.
yes. Yes, we do.
We might even go gatekeeper plus skunk works on R&D. That's where everything is right now. We can
Yeah, I'm
also
on.
hit working prototype this turn if we want to. It doesn't gain us much. It stops them having a turn next turn.
Wait, do they have a core?
No core yet because they
Yeah, so
stop.
we can't hit prototype.
No, we can. Riot suppression is what I mean. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, they also,
Um.
interestingly, they also discarded a crew, and there's a gatekeeper on board, which is a 0 strength gatekeeper with a like Nico that they could go and trash behind it. But they don't have an Audrey down in the moment. So anyway, I'm getting distracted. Um, I think we go
Okay.
like
So yeah, go ahead.
I think we go just like gatekeeper Managarm on R&D, and then we fully op.
And then riot suppression.
We probably riot suppression before we fully op. We probably riot suppression
Yeah.
first. Let's riot suppression
Yeah.
first.
And see what they do.
Let's just like take their turn away. Free has to be a trap or agenda. It's been sitting there for like 5 turns. Look, I told you, right? They're gonna go and run it in a minute. We have to deal with this sodding. Oh my gosh, we hit a strike fund. They took a core. Shit.
So you could hollow score
Yeah, but
if you wanted to.
no, I think they're gonna go in. Well, they can't get it yet, so maybe we're
Yeah.
okay. I think we have to do like
Um.
gatekeeper Managarm, and then we fully op.
Yeah. Cool.
Are we drawing cards first?
How many cards do we have in hand?
2,
And how much money do we have?
8. We got 4 triggers.
I think we draw 2 and then gain some money. Yeah.
Okay, we drew Rashida and an Onto.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we could just wheel out Ontos 2 in a row here because we can go Onto into Onto and win. Okay, they think it's a spin.
It does look like a spin.
It does look like a spin, actually. I'm like, why wouldn't we have read? But like, yeah. Okay, fine. That's great. They can think it's a spin because it's going to win us the game if they just leave it alone. Actually, it won't. It might do. Okay, our salvo testing deck has not scored a salvo testing. I can't believe they broke into that remote, but I mean, I kind of can because their breaker suite is like nuts. But they're playing Glut Cipher.
Oh shit.
We might lose this ontological.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choose 5 cards from archives to add to HQ, which might just go straight back. It's probably what the frick is it? It's like the fully ops and the MIC and the Tasubola.
Yeah.
Fully op, MIC, Tasubola. And then we need one more card, either active policing or a working prototype. I think I want the active policing because we already have one
Me
working
too.
prototype, and I want
Now,
less
is this
trashballs.
them trashing or us trashing?
No, it's random. Okay, fine. We kept the ontological, so we lost basically exactly all the cards. We lost. Oh, they're mad dashing archives. Wild. They're actually.
Cool.
Okay, so our hand is now riot suppression, ontological, MIC, and active policing.
Oh, we lost the Rashida. Come
Yeah, we lost the
on.
Rashida, but we don't need the Rashida. This is fine.
Yeah.
Um we're gonna res the Hollow Man. We're gonna score out this ontological, and then we're just gonna jam the other ontological straight into this server because it feels pretty safe.
What did we
Unfortunately,
mando? Did we get something off the Nico?
we mandoed a Hollow Man. Unfortunately, we didn't trash anything, so we can't active policing. Game two.
Wait,
What?
can we win?
No, we win next turn. Like, unless they somehow get into this server, we win next turn. They're running HQ. We can res a Bran if we want to. I don't think we have to. But if they get in and trash something, I guess we just do. We have enough money. We only need 6.
Yeah, I think we take their clicks away as much as possible.
Yeah, and we've got this Nico, which is going to tick over as well, so we should have money at the end. They are just breaking with Quetzal and then letting the Enderun's fire. Fine.
Fine.
They get to draw with Daredevil. That's cool.
Very cool.
They play a
How
gamble.
much money do they have? Oh no.
They've got 9, but they've clicked to draw a last credit, a last click, and we managed to win, scoring our deck in reverse. Who needs Gypstad Grid? We actually would have liked a Gypstad Grid in this game, although like we kind of didn't have the money for it. Okay, so we don't need the MCAs. Like we definitely don't. Like the MCAs, yeah, are probably too slow. As much as this game lasted over an hour. Nico draws us a Rashida. We're gonna not move a Hollow Man. We drew an Alvagar. Oh, that's really funny. We could actually no, we can't score out 2 Alvagars in one turn. We nearly.
If you had a Rella.
Yeah. GG. Server 3 was actually an agenda all along.
Got him.
Can't believe you broke the remote on that salvo. Well, that was kind of wild. I quite like that deck. It's like very, it's very me. I mean, it's Quetzal, and I love Quetzal. Oh, we did say the early purges were tough, so like the purges were correct. But yeah,
yeah.
they
There's no
are
more
on free redig. I'm unsure about the
Okay.
Glut Cipher. Someone was talking to me about Glut Cipher in Essa the other day, and I felt like you're just literally undoing all the work that you're doing with Essa. But there we go. Um, they're on Asmon Pulat, which makes sense. They've got weapons, they've got viruses. They just need like more draw and money, and like there's a fun deck here.
Said every deck builder ever.
Yeah. Oh, if only I could put some more money and draw it. But yeah, like this. I mean, Quetzal, Palangi, Poison Vial is like pretty rude. I needed that Glutton Mad Dash to hit another salvo. Yeah. Oh yeah. If there was a salvo there, then they win. There was one Onto in hand, so we did have to get lucky on that one. The Daredevil, yeah, Daredevil is great draw, but five credits it is. 5C is a lot though. Maybe you need like price and paladins. Oh, so they're like kind of counting on people to give them money through Wildcat. So that's interesting. When we gave them all that draw, and then they just had nothing that they could do with it. That's quite
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. That's why I was like, the time we gave them money, I was like, it just gives them dollars to actually install stuff to harm us.
Yeah,
Like
it
from
just
playing like mulchi decks myself, it's just like, yeah,
it
getting that
just
first
really
hit.
felt like indeed. I really like the eye for an eye in a deck like this.
Yeah, that was rude.
Um,
I didn't like the eye for an eye. I'll tell you.
very rude. Yeah, that like that we it really like screwed up our
Yeah, our opening turn. Like we had a really good opening, and if we don't just get everything
yeah,
like
literally.
smashed into the ground, like we just pop off, and we probably get to salvo testing a lot earlier where we can score it. It's probably good.
It also makes sense for them. Like they're on a, they're on Audrey, and like it gets the Audrey going again. So totally. Um, cool. My nephew, who recently started playing, likes Wildcat Strike. I had to explain though how much better it is to do when you have 7 credits rather than 5. Yeah, there's definitely a like. Um, we did. Yeah, they're pointing out that we let Manuel stick around a bit. Yeah, maybe because we didn't read it properly. Um, well, that's on me, not on you. Uh,
I was like, "There's only one of us who can do the reading."
yeah, that's fair. I'll take that one. Um, yeah, Wildcat Strike. The best thing about Wildcat Strike, David, is get them onto decks which play both Moshing and Wildcat Strike, because then like you can do the like, oh, I'll just let you draw 4 cards, and then they're like, I'm just gonna Moshing and like um make a ton of money. I haven't seen Wildcat Strike in ages. I just don't think there's slots for it. As much as I think it's actually like a kind of okay card. Uh, I actually think it's like sort of okay in criminal decks. Like what the criminals need right now is like both draw and money, so it's only one influence. Seems alright, right?
I didn't even mind it in like the like prepaid kit decks.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it in that actually. Like
Like, because then Anakin will give you a draw, even if you like at least one draw.
there is just that thing where you're like drawing 5 cards is something sometimes like just too many cards. Like you're like, oh, I really didn't need to draw this many cards.
Never, never.
Especially when those 5 cards draw into all of your breakers and you're on Spark.
It's fine. Compile. Like never, never. Just give me
Yeah,
the cards. I'll figure it out. You
yeah,
know, like.
fair enough.
And
Um,
plus, it's gonna be like gamble laundry cast all forever and always. It's fine.
yeah, makes sense. All right. Uh, well, that was fun. Like that kind of works, and I think I mean we definitely needed the more money that game rather than the more win con that game. So I like the change. I quite liked the working prototypes there. They do feel like must trash enough. And
I
then,
forgot how good that card was.
yeah, like even the one which we literally installed for a turn. We clicked it twice. It made us like 8 credits because of the Trank grid. I guess we rezzed it, so that cost 1. But like it made 7 credits, and then like that's fine. Like I'll play a card which gives me 7 credits, like for a couple of clicks. That seems alright. It's better than a rogue trading, and we don't have to take a tag.
Yeah, yeah, and like it's just enough, like just enough money. Like gives you just enough money that I feel like also that whole game, like you also won that game, uh, not popping Rashida.
That is true. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think. Well, no, we didn't. The only Rashida we saw was that first one, which
first one it got trashed. Yeah,
they trashed. Um, we managed to stick a Nico. D-Resin and Nico felt correct in the end. That Nico just ticked us through till the end of the game. So, although like we could have been punished that turn if they had actually checked any of that ice, uh,
yeah,
there might have been a problem. Um,
but we got there.
we did. Maybe you know what might be quite nice? Like, it's a slot. I don't know where it goes. Like, it probably takes a space of one working prototype, but I might try sticking a Vovo in here. Like Vovo
Yeah,
with
and
Tatubola
that'll
feels
give you some
really
more
good.
Asa triggers.
Yeah, it's like an extra Acer trigger. You can install it on like particularly I really like in Acer. I like having upgrades that I can install on central servers, so you can get your like Acer trigger with the like central server install. Because like I
Yeah,
genuinely have to go back over that game. I think we got about 3 Acer triggers. I think it was pretty depressing on how low the Acer trigger like level was. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I think I'm gonna try this in Fule and just see if it feels like I might even try this just exact deck in Fule and just see what it feels like. Um, with free right suppressions instead of the active policing. Just
right.
because I just because out of curiosity at some point. Um, because that might be something. I mean, essentially you kind of set up your like salvo testing, or you at least get a core damage. If not, maybe that's enough. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I guess we're like maybe a couple of clicks behind, but only mildly. The tattoo bowlers are slightly worse. They're still okay though. They're still money. Anyway, um, I probably got to call it at this point. But thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on again. Uh,
Yeah.
and you know, uh, call in sick on some Mondays at some point.
Yeah. No, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been great.
Do you want to shout
Been too
out
long.
or start some beef with any grime rappers or anything like before you go?
No, like Grime is alive as long as I am. 140 Grime Street all day. Um,
Hey,
and
you know who has really good grime?
mm,
The UK. And you know what you could do to come to the UK? You could just like lock in your ticket for UK Nats.
ah,
Yeah,
sounds like a plan.
it
Yeah,
does. Like UK Nats is in Bristol. Literally, it's not the home of grime because London is the home of grime. But it's like the seedy uncle of grime. So you know, it's the
yeah,
home away
yeah,
from home.
yeah. Yeah, there are some home away from homes. I Bristol, I love Bristol, and I need to go to that burger place again. Uh,
I'm doing a write up on like the places where you can like go to while you're in Bristol for UK Nats, and Owie Burger is on there, and it comes with a recommendation from the king, which I've put on there without your knowledge, but I know I know that I don't need to ask you for it, so it's fine. Like
more Oracle autopiloting and audibling. Love it,
yeah,
love it.
absolutely.
Um, I do want to say, um, uh, shout out. So remember how you like trolled me before, where you're like, "Oh, you can go on the Shadow Net, but you can't come on the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait.
YouTube."
When has that happened yet? Did I miss that?
No,
Right.
I literally have Shadow Net recording tonight, so that's why I want to shout out. Your boy's
Nice.
gonna be back on the Shadow Net. Check that out. Um, yeah, that's gonna be good.
Oh, it's been a while.
Um,
It's been a while since we've had a Shadow Net. Like, I'm looking forward.
this one should be a banger.
It's always a banger, especially
Yeah,
if you're a special guest, then uh, every time. Right,
yeah, good.
bedtime for me. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks everyone for joining in chat. Uh, we'll catch you all next week. Probably back to Monday next week. And yeah, ciao for now.